What's up, everybody? It's Rashid and Christian back with another banger episode of the 4F Entrepreneur Podcast. Got to get used to the name change, guys. Recently just changed the name because, like I said, that is kind of where the podcast is. We're keeping the core values of the 4Fs, but at the same time, we're mainly targeting entrepreneurs. So that's why that name change has occurred and everything like that. We talked about it briefly on our last episode, but I want to give an explanation for the new people that are just tuning back in and, haven't seen it since we was the 4F podcast and everything like that. But first thing I want to start with is basically a recap. If y'all didn't know, go check out my YouTube channel, Rashid Jackson. Recently went to Miami and everything like that. We learned a lot. I mean, we paid attention to a lot of stuff. We did some research and stuff while I was down there. And yeah, overall, it was a pretty good trip. I mean, we had some mishaps and stuff. We missed our first flight and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, you learn from experiences like that. Now I know, don't go get you a 7 a.m. flight when you got to drive an hour away. Like if you was in the same city, maybe, but if you're in a different city, like we had to drive to Nashville, Tennessee. We stay in Huntsville, and that's like an hour 40, give or take, 50 maybe. So about an hour and 50 minutes, let's say that. So we left at 4:45. We got there around. So we had like 40 minutes to spare, and we got through putting everything through check baggage and all that. And yeah, they wouldn't even let us get our tickets at the kiosk. So that just showed me right there. For one, like I said, you don't go get an early flight. You got to try. Like you can make your life easier by doing certain things. As far as in Miami is really dope. I like the culture of Miami. We did go to Little Havana. Little Havana's really good. Everything's really cheap over there. But it's crazy the difference you see from going somewhere like there to like kind of like where the downtown stuff is at. Oh like the prices just go.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're gonna talk about this later in the podcast, but it's a different game down there, bro. And you could play the game you could play in one city versus that city is different, and it's all about priorities too. So, anything you want to throw in from the recap section before we move on to talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean we're about to talk about with priorities. It just depends on what your goals are, right? So if you're optimizing for the outcome, like there are 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses in the rough parts of Miami going for $500,000, like. And then they got 900 square foot apartment rentals out there for $8,000 a month. So think about that. Say you're out there trying to flex and trying to ball, and you live there for 10 years and you're paying $8,000 a month for rent, and it's gonna go up.
It's gonna go up regardless. And it's like, why would you do that over? You could stay in a city that's not that expensive and be able to travel more and have more freedom. Because I guarantee, we were talking about that, I guarantee you most of the people down there never left. A lot of them probably haven't never left, unless you're super balling. Because if you can only make enough to stay out there and pay that $8,000 rent or something, and I guarantee you most of them are staying with like 4 or 5 people to make sure it's covered. But even on top of that, those people cannot leave the city. With us, if you think about it, since we're staying in somewhere that doesn't have a super high cost of living, we can really set ourselves up. Now we have opportunities to buy property, buy multiple properties, and then when it does get to the point to where price is going to always increase, but when it does get to that point, we'll be sitting on the other side of it because we're the owners, not the people that have to rent from them and all that kind of stuff. So it's like I said, it's all about priorities. What do you want to do? What do you want out of life? Do you want to be able to travel more? Do you want to just look good to show off to the homies and the girls? Like, what do you want to do? You want to go in depth about that a little bit too?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at a lot of the women down there, most of them got fake lips, fake butts.
And I'm going to tell y'all, most of y'all can't compete. I'm going to just be real because it's a whole different ball game down there. You got to have some serious money. These like, you come to a city like Huntsville, you could probably find you a good girl, or Tennessee or something like that. You could probably find you a good girl that you can actually have something with, something long term. Down there, I ain't gonna say it's pay to play, but if you got dudes down there, because some people be like, man, singles trip Miami, bro. We're gonna turn up and go get some girls. But them girls are not gonna take you seriously, and all you coming down there with is $300, bro. Yeah. I know that's how it is. Y'all just got enough to get the flights and get down there. So y'all think y'all finna get a girl that's down there to take you seriously. It don't matter how good you look, bro. You don't got no money. Like, so all I'm saying,
they don't care about how good you look.
They don't care about that because it's so many dudes down there that's willing to just say, hey, I'll buy you some lips. I'll buy this. I'll do that. I'll get you a place to stay. So like I said, it's a different ball game down there. And that's why that's the thing about priorities too. And that's why you realize too, most of that stuff is a lose-lose game. You cannot win that game.
No.
You cannot win that game. You can set your life up in ways you can win. I feel like instead of doing that, I would rather vacation more. Instead of me just going to city trying to pick up women, I'd rather vacation. I'd rather set my life up in a way I could be vacationing a lot, spending time with the people that I love to spend my time with. I think it's more beneficial getting closer to God. Stuff like that is more beneficial to me than doing that. And going down to Miami, that showed me that. Like, it showed me, like, bro, you don't realize how good you got it until you see somebody else and see how they live.
I'd be miserable.
I'll be miserable. Yeah, like, okay, I'm in Miami, I'm by the beach, but bro, you barely making rent, probably. Most of them probably barely making rent.
You got no peace of mind.
You gotta make peace of mind.
You got no money in your pocket.
You got no money in your pocket.
Well, that's why we're talking about priorities, because if your priority is to flex and to look cool and to get followers and all that dumb stuff, cool. I mean, one, you got life messed up. You really got to get it figured out. But like for me, you know, I want a bunch of land. I want freedom. I love my guns. I love good cooking.
Facts, bro.
I love my wife. I love God. Facts. And you know, if I'm living somewhere like LA or Miami or New York, you're not going to be close to those things that you value. And the people that we're talking to and the people that are in our group and that follow us and listen to us and our friends and our family, we share similar values.
Facts.
So, you know, whenever I left California, all my friends were like, oh my God, you're moving to Alabama. Are you going to be okay? And then I realized those people weren't actually really my friends, because I don't ever hear from any of them anymore, which I'm cool with, because they're all still living paycheck to paycheck, relying on their arts degrees that they paid $80,000 for. With their, I mean, like, come on now. Like,
facts.
What do you consider success?
Yeah.
That's what you have to ask yourself. And you shouldn't be looking up to people that just look cool on the internet and that just flex and do all these things like that, because a lot of those times those people are faking it. What to look out for on your credit report. First of all, 80% of credit reports have errors on them. That means there's an 80% chance that the bureaus have messed up your credit report. Things you need to look out for: a misspelled name, the wrong amount owed, wrong address. Those are just some of the things that you can look at. Experian and also myfreecreditreport.com. You can get these reports for free. Scan through them, make sure they're not messing up your stuff. If you need any help with this, hit me up at New Horizons Credit Solutions. Christian Kirkley here. Let me know if you need anything.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing about the internet, too. You got to understand that most of these people, bro, they are faking it. I'm just being real with y'all. Most of these people do not live the life that they portray to be living online.
Yeah,
that's the truth about it.
Y'all see my properties. Y'all see Rashid's businesses. We make everything transparent.
Yeah, and like I said, we're not going to say we're the richest people out here yet. No. We're not going to say that.
And that's not our goal.
Like I said, right now, I'm just trying to spread the message. If I can spread the message and get people, I want as many people on my side and understand, like, and trying to live a life that I'm trying to live and have those people around me as much as possible, bro. If you got people around you that are trying to, and also it just helps you, bro. That's network. If your network of people are trying to do the same thing you're doing, it's gonna make you grow. And that's my goal with all these businesses. It's to attract people to have around me that are good people and want to succeed, and have the people around me so we all can succeed together. That's inevitably my whole journey with starting everything I do. I want to help people, but I want a network of people around me too, because that motivates me, that challenges me, that encourages me to go even further than what I'm doing now. But yeah, with that being said, like I said, priorities, that's going to be a big thing. Priorities. Y'all need to understand. You can live any kind of life you want, but at the same time, it's all up on the decision that you make.
You get what your priorities are.
If
your priorities are to collect the most points and be ranked on 2K, or to be ranked in Call of Duty,
fantasy
football,
man.
Yeah, you won your fantasy league. Wow, you're a real winner. Good for you. You won $20 or whatever the hell you won. Like, what are your priorities?
Right.
You got to ask yourself that, because your life goes in the direction of your priorities. And there's a quote that one of my mentors, Anthony, says. It's you get what you hope for, right? So, and also you put your faith in the direction of your hope. So, for example, if you're hoping in, the 4 F's, faith, family, fitness, finance, anything related to that, and you're hoping in those things, then your life goes towards putting more energy towards those things, and you get more fulfillment out of those things, and you get those things more. But if you're hoping and prioritizing, I don't know, new cars,
and stuff,
more money, even. Yeah. Like, when I say finance, I don't mean only money.
Yeah, because some people think it's that, so you got to really break that
finance
down.
Is a system. Finance is a very complex system, and it's not just money, because when you think of money, you think of cash, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody thinks.
So finance includes, hard assets, gold, real estate, intellectual property businesses.
Yeah.
You know, so finance just isn't just cash. You don't want to just be cash rich and asset poor.
All right.
Because you could have 100. Look at all the Mexicans that come over here, or it's not even just Mexicans, just like people that come over here and they don't know anything about finance. We all know that one truck driver, that one construction guy that makes a lot of money, or the plumber that I make 6 figures when I trade, brother. And it's like, bro, but your credit score is a 580. You know nothing about finance. See, I'm talking the difference between finance and money. You can
breaking it down.
There's a difference. So you can know a lot about cash and making cash and be a freaking machine or whatever, or you can know a lot about finance, and then cash comes second nature. Cash is generated as a byproduct of your knowledge of finance, because you can leverage other people to create you cash. And the thing is, you just don't want to collect a bunch of money. You want to own the assets that create money, and then you want to reinvest that money into those businesses. For example, if you have a plumbing business, and let's say you're just you and your truck, and you're going out and you're fixing people's stuff, and you just keep everything you make and you don't invest it back into your business, you just put it in a savings account, your business is not going to grow. What you should be doing is you pay yourself out of your business. Let's say you make 100K, you keep 40K, you live off that 40K, you be frugal, you live below your means. Then you take that 60K, you put it back into your businesses, you buy more trucks, you get on Facebook, do Facebook ads, you go to networking events, you do all these things and use that 60K to grow your business. Now next year, your business revenue grows by 20%. And now your salary goes from 40 that you pay yourself to 50, and so on. Stop living on all of your money.
That's what everybody does.
Save your money and start a business, reinvest it, put it into an asset. Stop living above your means.
I don't care what these people tell you. It's like, y'all think it's so cool getting new cars and all this stuff, your new clothes and all that, because y'all want to look good for other people. But the thing is, like, you'll be better off in the long run if, like I said, you prioritize right and live simple. I had a buddy that told me that, named Thomas. Shout out Thomas. Live simple, bro. That's the GOAT, bro.
Old wise man Thomas.
Live simple.
And the thing is like, I like Alex Hormozy. He has a quote. He says, "There's the S&P 500 and the S&Me 500." Y'all people out there will brag about the 5% match that your 401k gives you.
They so brag about it, bro.
And it drops 20% in a year. I don't know. But anyways, you'll put $1,000 a month into the freaking stock market with some companies and some people you never even heard of, but you won't put $100 a month into yourself, into you buying books, into you taking courses, into you paying $20 to maybe go to that networking event, or maybe paying dinner with a mentor or something like that. Man, just take a small portion instead of putting it in the S&P 500, put it in the S&Me 500. Invest in yourself, invest in your business. Even if you're a sole proprietor, even if you sell freaking bracelets on Etsy, will cut down 50% on your food budget, and you're going out and all these different thing budgets, reinvest it into your business. There's something called business equity. You've heard of equity in a home. There's equity in your business as well. So whenever you reinvest the cash flow that your business produces back into your business, into things like marketing, into things like employees, into things like assets, equipment, all these things, you build equity in your business, and then you can sell your business if you have to. You want to be able to sell your business. You want a business that you can exit from. Your business needs to have equity.
Yep.
So in the accounting world, there's equity, there's assets, and there's liability, right? So equity in your business is the assets minus the liability. So if you got 100K in assets and 50K in liability, your equity is 50K. Also, the cash is also a part of those assets in the business. But the thing is, you want your cash to be producing something. So that's my rant.
That's a fact, bro. You do want your cash to be producing something. And like I said, it's all about having a business that you can have an exit out of. The thing is, like, we're just talking about, like, I could even give you an example for like what I'm doing right now. I could run a little Rashid University, but that's kind of hard for me to get out of. It's hard to exit. It's hard to sell that business.
No one's gonna want to buy Rashid Jackson University,
right? But Internet Money University, that's a brand. At the end of the day, that business, it can have a validation and it can be sold for a lot of money depending on like what's its worth and everything like that. But that's all about, like I said, that's a whole business crash course that we can give y'all and everything like that at a certain point in time. But mainly, like I said, I want to tie that back into like I said, living simple. I want to really deep dive on that. What I said, like what my boy Thomas said, live simple, bro. You can I say the best way to live, in my personal opinion, is keep your expenses low. If the lower you could keep your expenses, and it's always ways to cut down. y'all, a lot of y'all got car payments. A lot of y'all got 2 or 3 cars. Why don't you put them cars on Turo?
Mm-hmm.
What you scared of? Like, oh, I don't want nobody driving my car. Like, I told one of my mom this. My mom, sorry. Oh, you going to them? Sorry, but I'm gonna just be real.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm like, she was like, oh, I wouldn't wear my car out on no Turo. Why would I do that? I don't want nobody driving my car. Well, think about it like this: if I do let somebody drive my car, I don't pay the note, right? So that gets the cost of ownership off of me to someone else, right? And at the end of the day, even if you don't make a lot of profit on, you still break even. The car pays for itself. So would it be smart for me as an individual to pay $500 a month for a car note plus insurance, or to let somebody else pay for it? Take that $500 that I was spending, invest in myself, read books and all that kind of stuff like that, get more knowledge, and that knowledge can make me way more money instead of just driving a car looking cool, be like, yeah, I'm at the club with my Challenger, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I can do what I want to. Nah, bro, it's not. Living simple is the way to go, bro. And like a lot of young guys, like I said, we fall trap into a lot of stuff. It could be gaming. Y'all be gaming too much. Y'all be like, oh, the new game coming out. I'm gonna spend 10 hours on there, 12 hours
NCAA.
a day. NCAA just dropped, bro. I'm be on there every day.
Yeah.
That ain't helping you, bro.
It's like y'all know more about the stats of these football teams
people,
and these
like,
NFL players,
yeah,
but you
bro.
don't know the stats of your own bank account.
They be like, man, I'm gonna make $100 playing this fantasy league, bro. Forget that $100.
Yeah.
All that time because y'all spending hours on hours a day, invest your time into something like that. Like I said, it all ties into priorities. What kind of life do y'all want to live? What do you want to be able to travel more? Do you want to, like I said, because whatever the way you live your life is going to be a reflection on how you can live in the future. I will say that. So like I said, yeah, if you're in your 20s, you're grinding, you're saving, you're actually investing in yourself, investing in businesses, trying to buy stuff as investments to build up something for the future so you can actually have something in your life. You will see the fruits of your labor once you get older. But if you up here just being in your 20s, oh yeah, ball out every trip. I'm going all out. I'm going to the club today. I'm going to the club tomorrow. I'm turning up with this chick today. Over here, I'm over here. That's going to be a reflection of your life in the next 10 years. You'll be doing the exact same thing. I know too many 30 people in their 30s, 40s, they're still doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and then they be trying, and the bad part about it, they try to tell you something.
Yeah.
How you trying to tell me something and you living a life that I do not want to live?
Bro, those kind of people, old people that try to give advice that honestly aren't successful.
That's what I'm saying. Look at you. I do not want to live this life that you're living. So why should I take advice from you? You cannot tell me anything. Like, could they be like, oh, why you doing this? I'm pretty sure you get that. I mean, with Airbnb or something like that. Yeah. Oh, why you let people stay with you? Why you do that? Because that allows me freedom.
Yeah. Would you take marriage advice from someone that's had 2 divorces or 3 divorces? No.
Facts.
Would you take the same way you wouldn't take money advice from someone who's broke? Listen to them. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. Show love and appreciation and respect.
Yeah, respect.
You don't have to be disrespectful.
Yeah, not be disrespectful.
And for example, hey, this, and why would you do this with your so-and-so? Oh, this, you don't go into a huge explanation because they're probably not going to get it.
They ain't gonna get
it's a loaded question.
It's a loaded.
Just give them, yada, yada. Hey, so yeah, because I'm trying to produce some extra cash, right?
Right.
Leave it at that.
Easy day.
You don't gotta get defensive or nothing like that.
You don't have to. You shouldn't, because it's a waste of time of doing that with people that you love. I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that aren't gonna get what you're trying to do with your life.
They're not gonna get it,
and that's okay.
That's like, I guarantee y'all right now, there's probably people that see us doing this YouTube stuff and probably be like, oh, why y'all making YouTube videos? That's risky. It ain't gonna work or anything like that. But I mean, it's working out for me. I mean, I understand it. I understand I'm getting views and stuff like that, but they're not gonna understand. It's an age gap. It's a generation gap. Facts. But at the same time, it's nothing worth getting mad at your family and stuff like that, because they're not gonna get it. Some people like, man, I forget my family, man. They talking now, bro. But you gotta understand, you gotta start thinking logically. And the more older you get, the more you start thinking logically. You be like, they just not gonna understand it. You don't have to go into detail. You don't have to tell them everything. But if they ask you about it, just be like, yeah, I'm just trying to make some extra cash. Mm-hmm. I mean, let them say what they're gonna say. I mean, they'll see when they see you get the next car or the next thing, the next house, they're gonna be like, oh, well, maybe he was on to something.
I mean, that's exactly where I'm at
work
right now.
Work, keep working and do what you need to do and do the right thing. If you know you're doing the right thing, God's going to be there for you. And at the same time, you'll have everything, and then people understand. People will start understanding when you do what you say you're going to do. They're not going to understand when you first start something. I'm pretty sure all the business we could think of, Elon, probably Steve Jobs, all of them. I'm pretty sure when they first started, people was telling them no. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing that? Why you trying to build a computer? That's retarded. But at the same time, you made $1 billion company, and that's all off of. I'm pretty sure their moms and stuff probably too. What y'all in the basement doing? Y'all in the basement. Y'all need to go to work or something like that. Go to
Get
college,
a job.
get a job. But it turns out they knew what they were doing. They were locked in. They built something so big that changed so many lives. And I don't. And the thing is, y'all could do the exact same thing. What if I could show you a way to leave your 9 to 5? It sounds crazy, I know. Listen, Internet Money University, in there, I'm teaching 8 modern wealth creation methods. I'm teaching you how to build your credit to get funding. I'm teaching you how to start up a business. I'm teaching you how to resell, teach you how to use AI. All these things can be used online to make you $10,000 a month. For $50 a month, you get access to an insane amount of value, and you're getting courses on all this by getting Internet Money University. Join Internet Money University today at internetmoneyuniversity.net.
Good job.
Like I say, it doesn't matter, bro. You can do whatever you want to do in your life, and it's all about priorities and everything like that.
Yeah. And one more thing. So before we go, it's all about, I think a lot of the times, the reason why people don't take steps towards the life that they really want and desire is because they're scared to fail.
Facts.
And everyone's been there before. You just have to play out the worst case scenario and ask, okay, if I did fail at this, because there's always a chance, what would that look like if I did actually fail? Is it going to be the end of the world?
No, you're going to at least know.
You put safety nets and you put fail safes in place, stop losses, so that way if you do fail, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, you know how many trading accounts I've lost in my life? You know how many
you told me that, bro. It's money that you lost in trading,
but
bro.
It's worth it because I paid my tuition.
You paid your tuition.
I paid my tuition in the School of Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
You're not gonna become an entrepreneur and be a successful business owner without struggling, without anxiety, without stress, without failure, without relationships that are gonna go down the drain. You just have to ask yourself, are you willing to take all of those sacrifices to be able to live the life that you really know you actually want if you're still this far in the channel and the podcast? And for us, the answer is I'm willing to sacrifice sleep. I'm willing to sacrifice certain relationships that aren't serving me and that aren't beneficial or helpful. I'm willing to sacrifice comfort, man. And then one last little rant. The reason most of y'all, so fear of failure and comfort. People are scared to be uncomfortable. The point of life isn't to be comfortable. You're not here on this earth to be comfortable. Comfort is a new thing. Leisure is a new thing, relatively, in the span of time.
Yeah, because you think about it, like, men back in the day, bro, we always had to be out there hustling.
Always grinding. If the sun was out, you were farming.
The sun was out, you
were farming. 99% of the population was farmers.
That's a new thing that they're trying to say.
Breaking your back.
Okay. It's okay.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. You can just do what you're going to do. It's all right. You just keep working. Keep working your 9 to 5 job. Yeah. Don't ever try to get out.
Right.
It's okay. Stay in a rat race, bro.
It's the weekend.
It's just the weekend, yeah.
Wait till you worked hard today.
Go get you a little beer for the weekend so you can get rid of your little stress and then go back to work on Monday.
So, like, the thing is whenever you chase comfort, you become uncomfortable. Whenever you chase discomfort, you get comfortable.
Yeah.
But the goal isn't to sit in that comfort. And I'll say something a little controversial. Like, me and Rashid, we even kind of noticed this over the past weekend. So, like, I think one reason why there's a gender wealth gap in certain areas is because men and women value different things most of the time.
Facts.
Men are generally, most of the time, okay with being more uncomfortable.
Facts.
And women are comfort lovers.
Facts.
And that's okay because women are a lot more organized most of the time, but men happen to be a little bit more industrious.
Facts.
And that's just a general thing with how we're biologically hardwired. And the thing is, our society is laid out in a way that assertiveness and the pursuit of discomfort and risk taking, which comes with a little bit of being aggressive and assertiveness, that is tied into risk taking. Our society is structured in a way in today's day and age, in the past, that we monetarily reward those traits with monetary success more than we reward feminine traits like empathy, seeking comfort, organization to a certain extent. Like, when I mean organization, I mean like neatness and things like that, which are excellent traits that I believe everyone should have. Empathy and all those things like that, but it's scientifically proven, and there's a really epic talk that Jordan Peterson does on it. Just look up Jordan Peterson interview, and you'll see it's the one with, he's interviewing this British lady, and he references several of his studies where he's found these traits. And we would draw full circle back to priorities. men and women generally prioritize different things to a certain extent. Of course, humans altogether just usually we love a good laugh, we love some good food, we want to be happy,
Right.
we want security, all those things. But generally, like on your day-to-day basis and like on a micro level, men and women kind of value and prioritize different things. Like my wife, Mackenzie, one of the hardest workers that I know. She'll outwork most men. I guarantee you that. But will she go out and will she run a marathon?
Yeah.
Will she if it starts raining, you best believe she's gonna find some shelter. She's gonna stop what she's doing. She's gonna find some shelter. If it's hot, if it's above 70, 81, she's out. She's done for the If it's cold, I mean, but men, we're probably gonna keep pushing through.
We'll keep pushing
but we're gonna make a little bit more mistakes because men tend to be a little bit more clumsy and like knuckleheaded.
Of course. Yeah.
We don't think things
We don't
through
think things
and that's
through,
the thing is like we balance each other out. Men and women, women are better at certain things and men are better at certain things. But at the end of the day, the way we are in today's day and age is in the given dominance hierarchy of society. The reason why there are more men in Fortune 500 positions as CEOs and things like that is because capitalism generally gives more reward to assertive masculine traits. And that's just back to the priorities thing. Men and women prioritize different things.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I don't want no woman prioritizing domination and all this other crap.
Yeah, no.
And there's another Jordan Peterson interview that he talks about. He's a cool guy. I don't believe with everything he says, but he's a scientist. The guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to him rather than some social justice warrior. But Jordan Peterson, he actually said in one interview that the reason why there's a lot of unhappy relationships is because a lot of women now are trying to dominate men.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not how it should be. One, you shouldn't try to dominate your partner in general. You don't want to be a tyrant. You want to lead your partner. And in my opinion, men should lead the marriage. That's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says.
And I believe that men are cut out to be better domestic leaders. They should lead the relationship because I'm gonna be real. Like what a woman wants one day and the next day could change drastically.
Facts. Yeah, I'll definitely fact. Everybody's gonna agree to that.
Same for men to a certain extent. But men, we tend to be a little bit more hyper focused and hyper fixated on things, which can be a detriment to our domestic relationships. But that's where women come in.
Yep.
They tend to be more a general scope and like their thought process tends to be more of a general scope, and they tend to put a lot more importance on relationships and family and things like that. When men, there's certain men out there that are killers, they're monsters. They just want to get to the top of their dominance hierarchy, which like those are what people call alpha males. Most of them end up divorced and depressed. Not condoning that behavior at all. You want to have empathy, you want to have balance. I'm just stating the facts and how it is in real life and society is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm just pointing some things out about the priorities of difference in men and women, and the difference, as we talked about earlier, in between entrepreneurs and people that want success in their life and they don't. It's all about priorities.
All about priorities.
So I mean, man, that was a rant.
That was a rant. That was gas. Basically,
I
had 30 minutes. Oh my god, bro, that was a very banger episode. Like I said, y'all got to watch that back because it's gonna be a lot of stuff in here that y'all probably didn't hear the first thing and come back through and watch it again.
Yeah.
But this was a very great episode, man. Hope y'all enjoy it. Hope y'all start to figure out how you want to prioritize your life to get to where you want to be. And like I said, the way you prioritize it is going to be the way you live it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you prioritize, money and stuff and cars and stuff, you're going to be prepared when you get 30, 40 years old to be living that kind of lifestyle. If you prioritize, getting investments like real estate, putting your money in stocks, not having too many liabilities, having more assets and stuff like that. You prioritize that, you're going to see the fruits of your labor when you get, older age or something like that. You'll be sitting pretty. But we're out of here, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. If y'all did, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow us on Spotify. Make sure you check out my channel, Rashid Jackson. If you want extra help, Earn That Money University, 8 modern wealth creation methods. You need your credit repair. New Horizons Credit Repair is a spot to go. Okay, y'all. Peace out. Hope y'all have a very blessed day. We're out.